manoeuvre from Seven. Nice points galore at the front. Oh, what's going to happen here? On the back. Looks like Mr. Brisket and Dom T are both making early. Oh, no! Let's go for it. Where's he going to appear?
Very nice to play that.
Anyway, as the community. Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh dear, it always turns to shambles. Well, our specials talking to shambles, oh my days! And that looks, I'm going to call this early doors, that looked like a takeout. Oh no! Spoon! Oh no! No! This ain't a ball, please! Oh! Wow! 123.9! Oh no! There's a late winner! He's that! Well, Spoon, you out of nowhere! Six of that, they want him in a minute! Oh, what a rubbish track rejoin that was! What what a move! Is he going to make it stick though? Tough corner to make it stick on. Is he going to go round the outside? Unbelievable! Oh! Wow, wow, wow.
Fantastic move.
The most dynamic commentary duo on Twitch.
The fastest growing racing community on Discord.
Welcome to the NoobGamerz.
Well, your Thursday night entertainment starts right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NoobGamerz Studios. Welcome to the second round of our GT3 event. And tonight, we're in for an absolute treat because we're taking to Monza in the night time. Lamps are on, lights are on, headlights are on, all type of lights needed to ensure our drivers can seek their way around the circuit this evening, taking you on the journey that they will be embarking on this evening towards maximum NoobGamerz World Championship points. And there can of course only be one winner to take home those elusive special points up for grabs this evening. And of course you can join us for every single second by sticking right here in NoobGamerz Studios, because of course you know the score. There's only one place to be, and that's NoobGamerz TV, and you're here right now, and we love it. Something else we love though is having a person by my side to take you through all the trials and tribulations of tonight's action. And you know his name's Jamie. I guess we bring him in now. Hi Jamie, you right mate? It is, yeah, it is a Monza. No. Or maybe our dynamism is gone already, is that what we're suggesting? Yeah, I love a bit of Ethan Streetwear. Still the #1 selling product on the NoobGamerz shop. Very close. Only one sale in front now. So it's only a matter of time perhaps before it gets overtaken. But we'll see. This evening though, Jamie, as ever, as per every single week, more new drivers taken to the track, getting in with the community, giving themselves a go this evening. Yeah. Yeah. It is, yeah. It is. Now I'm being told, Jamie, that we can't hear you. As ever, OBS just, it just decides one day, despite us doing this for forever, just to not work randomly out of the blue, which is always fantastic. So whilst I go and try and, again, I'm going to have to fire someone, inevitably, we'll have to go and sort that out. Jimmy's actually saying he prefers it, if anything, which is great. Let's head over to the track. You guys can see the cars in action, and we'll try and get one of our technicians here in the studio to sort out our sound problems and get Jamie coming live in your ears. Let's do this. Whew. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully everyone can hear me at least, and let's try and work out what our little tiny issues are with the voice of Jamie this evening. Again, literally no idea. As ever, we've been doing this for 18 months. It's been working perfectly for 18 months. Today though, it's just turned on and decided, you know what, don't fancy it this evening. But hey ho, this is the nature of the game, I think. But hopefully we can try and bring Jamie in now. Jamie, speak for me, my friend. Yes, it's not reading on the dial here, annoyingly. So not sure what we can do on this. Let's see if we can try and get this working. Jamie, any good now? Try and speak, my friend. Yeah, I can hear you. Let me know if anyone just heard Jamie speak then. But for some reason, just Discord not bringing anything through at all. Which, I mean, like I said, we've been doing this for 18 months. We rarely have a problem of this nature. And tonight it's just decided to bring us this problem tonight, which is less than ideal. But nonetheless, let's see if I can fix it on the fly. As we flick through some of the cars this evening, that will be on show. But let's see if I can fix this as we go. Imagine if I can fix this on the fly. That would be insane.
You did it before.
So, Jamie, speak to me.
Hello, anything?
Oh, I'm getting a reading on my monitor.
Okay.
I've tried plan B. Hopefully
That
people
sounds
can
good.
hear now. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear Jamie? Yes or no?
Plan B is always good.
There he
There he
is.
is.
Good.
Cheers, Martin.
Yeah, no idea, ladies and gentlemen. Just, as ever, OBS/Twitch/the internet/computers just decide to change their settings for no apparent reason. Anyway, Jamie, how are you, mate?
No worries, man. You've done it. You've absolutely smashed it again. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the unfortunate thing for all the viewers is they missed my beautiful intro song,
Yeah, they did.
which is a bit of a shame. So maybe we can we'll revisit that later. Yeah, good to be here. As we were saying, lots of new drivers, Ryan, tonight, as always, actually. But
Jamie, can I stop you there?
Stop me, yeah.
Yeah, are you feeling it tonight?
I don't know, but I know someone who is, Ryan.
Go on.
That's Daniel.
Oh,
He's
is
definitely
it?
feeling it tonight. that is, I mean, come on. That is top notch.
This is what we get paid for, isn't it? Come on.
This is why they get the big bucks, yeah. Oh, here she is. Little Sis Duncan. Thank you, Ryan, Jamie, Jimmy, and everyone for my hoodie. Received it on Tuesday. Absolutely love it. Thanks. I mean, it's absolutely our pleasure. What a great comment, Ryan.
Fantastic. Yeah, great.
Nice, isn't it?
No, it arrived. And, putting the doubters aside, who have claimed in the past, Jamie, that I don't send out prizes that are earned on the stream.
Not that you don't. It's
this
just
is
that it
proof.
takes a long time. it's not that you don't. It just might take a year to deliver. Another new driver tonight, Ryan, is the one of the lesser-known dinosaurs, actually, the Omosaur.
The Omosaur, yeah, not a dinosaur I'm particularly familiar with. Hopefully he shrugs off his age concerns as being a dinosaur, of course, deceased, and brings himself back into modern times, reborn like a phoenix on the track of speed this evening.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Cyberdyne is not a new driver. There's so many little new names. Timmy T, Ryan. Now, Timmy T, he's either brand new or very new. Have we seen Timmy T?
Timmy T, we have seen once or twice out on the track
have
already.
we?
So, yeah, good to see Timmy T with us here this evening.
Here's one, Bada Payne.
Bada Payne, indeed. Another new name. Great to see in 14th place at the moment, which is a decent start for a newbie, given we've got a full grid as ever. Jamie, once again, for this GT3 League at Monza. Now, Monza, an interesting track this evening. I wonder whether you can bring up the map of the track, just so we can let people know. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of straights, a lot of long sweeping corners, but thrown into it, Jamie. I mean, obviously people might not be able to see it because of the sheer amount of vehicles on that map at the moment.
Well, here we go.
Certainly,
on his way.
there are some devastating corners that, quite frankly, if you're not prepared for, you're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone watching this, Ryan, they're big race fans. Everyone knows Monza, one of the most famous circuits around, and of course, this deadly chicane at the start here. Tricky, and like you said, lots of straights, but that means it's even more important to nail the corners and get a good run out of the corners in particular, so that you don't hamper yourself on those very long straights and get overtaken, because obviously there's plenty of opportunities for picking up that cheeky slipstream, right?
Exactly. This is another little side to side, which you've got to be a bit careful. It looks easy, but if you don't nail it and get your speed, as you say, perhaps you take it a little bit too slow, a bit too cautious, you just lose pace. The first corner here is easy, the second corner not so much. So there's just enough little corners and enough little things just to keep you on your toes, instead of just thinking, I'll just put my foot down, long straight, chill out. You can't do that at Monza. You've got to keep full concentration levels at all times.
You do, yeah. Let's have a little livery check, Ryan. I know Ian was, he's done it. Look, there you go. Have you loaded the? Yes.
Are you doubting me again? Come on.
No. Ian, of course, rocking sponsorship for me tonight. Totally unasked for, but that's the sort of guy he is. He'll just do it off his own bat, right?
Exactly. What features have we got on this livery this evening then?
I can't say 100%, but he's gone for the yellow and the grey colour scheme of my newest YouTube venture, and I think he's got the logo on the roof. Will we be able to see that?
There it is. And the number plates as records, and there's your face in the back of the car, Jamie.
Is my face on it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, love. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. He's done a cracking job there, to be fair, isn't he?
And to be fair, he's got the old shambells in there as well, which sums us up beautifully already.
Oh yeah, on the wings, yeah, lovely stuff. He's making a little move there. Now, Ian's an interesting one because we know he's got some pace. We don't have to say it, but we know he's obviously one of the quicker drivers.
Yeah.
Hampered himself last week, didn't he, Ryan, by trying to do a bit of an interesting pit strategy that didn't really work out. So could he be one maybe aiming for the podium tonight if he doesn't do some silly strategies?
He should be, and that's all I'm willing to say. He should be.
Yeah.
Now, whether he is, he's got himself up to 8th place with that lap. Respectable, I like it. In behind Nash, who of course got himself a podium place last week in 3rd place. Yep. Leading the way again though, Jamie, this week, Yerasan, the quickest man out there, only by a small margin, and great to see someone in between Yerasan and Daza as well, as King Kodiak gets in amongst the top 3 too.
Very impressive actually from the King, we've obviously, when he first joined, do you remember? It must have been a couple of seasons around now. He was always up there, wasn't he? And then he seemed to drop off a little bit. But he's certainly back up there tonight. 1:48.3, very good lap time, especially in the dark. Very quick, actually, right? So King is an interesting one to watch. Like you said, Yerasan up there, of course. Daza and Bobber, those two we saw have a great battle, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago in the GT3s. Yeah. Plenty of opportunities for some good fights up there. Eve Duncan up there in 5th as well.
No, some really good opportunities for people to grab a decent amount of points this evening. And, it is wide open. Obviously, Yerasan, winner of last week's race. Daza was not far behind. King Kodiak in amongst it this time. Bobber's up there, as you said. Duncan, Flibberty, we know, is on his days good. Nashift, 7th, 8th. Jez has won championships in the past. He's in 8th place. Ian in 9th. So, there's real opportunity for lots of points. And even the new boys getting in amongst the early doors, Jamie. Omersal with an 11th place so far. So, really it is very open. And I guess because of the nature of Monza and how easy it is to make mistakes, ultimately we can't really rule anyone outside the top 10, can we?
Absolutely. We've seen a little mistake there in front of Omersall, especially at night, Ryan, where the track's obviously colder. The grip is a bit harder to come by, given the temperatures. Omersall pops into the pits. You know, the 147s is a decent time in the in optimal conditions in the middle of the day in the summer. So for Yeresan and those boys to be 148.3 at night is very, very impressive. We are in a practice session currently, Ryan, rather than normally we jump straight into qualifying, don't we? This is just practice, so we will then have a 15-minute proper qualifying session in a minute.
Yeah, no, it's good. Unfortunately, because of the sound issues, we were aware of the practice session this evening, and we had like a whole sketch planned for the start of the stream where me and Jamie were going to like riff on loads of different things, and it was amazing. But because of the sound issues, we weren't able to do that. So,
It's a shame, yeah. It's a friend. Good evening to DJB, Bomber, Martin Dam, Sea Captain, Jim, and you named the chat. Sorry, Ryan, just catching up there. Another new driver as well, Friggy. Or did we see him last week?
We saw Fridge, and luckily for his sake, he had more manoeuvrability than a Fridge.
I remember he made that awful joke. I mean, that brilliant top quality joke, yeah. Oh, the big one, though. The big one, definitely a new driver, right? Here he is.
And is he going to have a big one tonight, Jamie?
Well, that's a fantastic question. It certainly seems like he's confident about it.
Big, white and shiny is the car he's chosen to take to the track in this evening as someone goes a little bit sideways. He's got a big old wing, maybe compensating, perhaps not got the big one we're expecting. But hopefully he can put a time down that gets him.
Well, there we go. About to cross the line, right? So let's see. Currently in a very respectable 7th place, 149.1, doesn't improve. But yeah, very good time. I mean, ahead of Nash there. And Nash, Ryan, will you be a bit disappointed with 8th place?
Definitely. 3rd place last week. You know, he's off the pace at the moment. But yeah, as you said, Jamie, only practice. A little bit of sandbagging. You know what these boys like to do. Just hold off a little bit and, you know, don't give themselves away too early. Or just genuinely off the pace. We won't know until qualifying starts.
I mean, one thing you can see though is look how busy the track is, Ryan. Of course, the lobbies these days every single week are massively oversubscribed. I mean, several times I've turned up too late to get in, so we've had to kick someone, which is, you know, embarrassing for them, not for me, obviously. But yeah, so yeah, again, 32 drivers out there, Ryan. It's a decent sized track, but still, you know, look how hard it is to set your best time in qualifying. Look how many cars Nash has got in front of him, for example.
Yeah, and the thing to remember, Jamie, because of the long straights, obviously getting in that tow during qualifying could make a huge difference to your overall lap times. And you're most definitely going to be racing at least one person out on the track too, which again, you know, if you don't find yourself space for a clean lap, you know, even the best drivers out there, you know, they need space. You've got to have some space out there. And if you don't get it, there's a real risk of you not appearing at the top of that leaderboard. So, you know, plenty of risk out there, but plenty of rewards to be had for people willing to take the risk tonight.
Absolutely, crying out for not improving there. And we've seen famously in F1 in real life, Ryan, at this track several times, teammates tactically taking it in turns to do quali laps and having the other guy in the team give them a tow and sacrifice their own lap. So it really is that powerful that teams have massively gone out of their way to do that, which is, you know, very rare. It doesn't really happen at any other tracks very often. Could we see a bit of that tonight? I mean, maybe people will be making secret deals out there, right?
Hey, you know, do not rule it out. The slyness of some people in our community try and get a little one-up on each other. I mean, Jamie, I joined the Discord channel before the night started, and I have to say the content was 18 plus in the Discord. Certainly very lively this evening, which is great. I mean, we had how many people are in there now? Let me just have a quick little Bobby Dazzler. We've got currently 30 people just chilling in the voice chat, which is amazing. And to be fair, it is the epitome of community tonight. It's almost as if they're all lifelong friends in there, just chatting, taking the piss out of each other. Like, just, you know, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But anyway, no smoking is the sign you saw there on the side of Monza, but whose tyres will be smoking with the speed that they need to get them to the top of the leaderboard this evening. We're about to find out with qualifying starting now, and Jamie, I know you would have loved that one.
Sorry, mate. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Just all off the dome piece as well. That's the most impressive thing, mate.
Yeah, you know, that's just what I bring to the table. Of course, Jamie, No one cares, but we like it, don't we?
No one cares. We're having a lovely old time. No one gives a shit about it.
Yeah.
Toby is absolutely bricking it, Ryan, that you were about to give away what they were talking about in the Discord group. Toby, don't worry. There's an unwritten rule. What happens in Discord stays in Discord. But of course, it is a public Discord, so anyone can join. Just look at it anyway. But
and inevitably, I can just stream it to the masses as well.
you can do what you want, right? Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, we're running the place, so do whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of running the place, here's the main man, Jimmy H, though, and look at that livery he's rocking.
It is pure sex on 4 wheels.
You're not going to miss him, are you?
No, but hopefully for his sake, we're not going to miss him smashing into any barriers. Because to be fair to him, Jamie, of course, he did engage in the race room event on Wednesday, which of course was at Monza as well. So plenty of the races tonight would have had, a whole hour's worth of racing at Monza, albeit on a different game in slightly different cars. But he'll know the track. He'll know, he's obviously raced GT3s before. So I've got a little inkling tonight that Jimmy could have a very good race tonight.
Well, and don't forget, last week, the first round of the GT3 season, he had possibly his best race ever after receiving some one-on-one training from Ian. It genuinely seemed to make a huge difference, didn't it? Because he was running solidly top 10 until he had some PC issues. So Jimmy definitely got a good chance of some points tonight, and of course, like you said, he did race Monza, albeit in a different car and game last night, but it was Monza, and he did fairly well. Didn't make a fool of himself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, you bailed. Didn't bother turning that.
Well, again, Jamie, I don't want to lower myself to being, touching shoulders with racers, quite frankly. I'm better than that.
Yeah, you are, as Dark Damocles pops as a follow. Thank you, Damocles. Of course, we are joking when we say stuff like that.
This is the thing, Jamie, isn't it? Like, this is the thing. We joke and we make this facade that we're sort of better than them. We're not, but
know, do you? Whether people believe it or not. It's the Ricky Gervais style, isn't it? Like, you never know whether people think you're being serious or not, but to be honest, it doesn't matter.
No, we're having fun, that's all that matters. And it looks like 40 other people across Facebook and Twitch are also having fun tonight, so great to have everyone on board this evening. But yeah, Benderama can confirm that the race room Monza definitely does not translate to the PC2 Monza at all. Apparently the race room Monza is a lot narrower.
Well, okay, but of course, race room a lot easier to drive generally, isn't it? Because of the extra grip, right? So.
Get
my fishing.
Well, no. To be fair, I agree.
No, it is easier.
Yeah, I can handle race room pick up and play a lot better than I can handle PC2.
Yes, there's more natural grip with the cars. Yeah, which is better. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
But other elements are slightly harder, so it swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, like the graphics. Yeah. Took goes top for provisional pole for Took, Ryan, with a 2:04. Do you think he's going to hang on to it?
I mean, it would be. Imagine if no one else puts a solid lap time down, and he just takes it with the 2:04. It would be the shock of the century. But anyway, go on, Tookie boy. Well done, son. Get in there early.
Yeah, embarrassing. 2:04, can't get Took. You can be better than that.
I like to see that some people are already in the pits. Maybe, Jamie, they're waiting, as you said earlier, because the hectic schedule out on the track with the amount of cars. Yeah. Maybe they're just waiting for an opportunity.
I mean, it certainly is a thing as Took pops it into the... Oh, just avoids the gravel there, actually. We've already got 4 grid pace penalties, Ryan. Merkman's got one. Roughneck's got one. Nightingale and, obviously, Jez has got one. I mean, has Jez ever had a qualifying session where he hasn't got one?
Not that I remember.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And here we go, Ryan. Look at this straight here. Just so many cars around. You have to be aware of them. You can't afford to ignore them and just fully concentrate on picking your braking points and your lines, can you?
No, exactly.
Definitely makes it harder.
Exactly. 1:48 is the time that was put down in practice, and the Aerosans achieved that already with a 1:48.8. Nashif not far behind, so a lot better than in practice with a 1:49 early doors. Fliberty with a 1:50. Jimmy H official with a 1:51. And the times are starting to pile in now, Jamie. So we're going to get an early look to see what people are feeling this evening. But certainly, if you're in and around that 1:48 mark, you've got a real good opportunity of being in the top 3 here, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 1:48 at night time is a cracking lap time, to be fair. Most people in the Lambos tonight, absolutely the pick of the bunch in the GT3s. Certainly for me, Ryan, was a big fan of that in Season 1. Now, don't forget, we actually did this very track car combo in Season 1, Ryan. We're now on Season 15,000. It feels like 15 we're on.
Yeah,
That's
big
crazy,
news.
isn't it?
Big news at the top. Speaking of number one, season
Wow.
one, number one on our leaderboard this evening in
Wow,
qualifying.
wow.
King Kodiak actually gets close
Yep.
to a 1:47. Look how close he was to that.
Yeah, I mean, that is a seriously good time in these conditions. Absolutely, he's not even in the Lambo. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. King Kodiak on fire tonight, Ryan. Definitely one to watch that perhaps we weren't expecting to be at the very sharp end of the grid.
Yeah, as you said earlier, Jamie, he's always in and around the top places when he's on
Yeah.
form. But this evening, getting himself right up there. Nashif has just improved on his time to jump ahead of Yeresan, interestingly, so he's now closer to the top end of the leaderboard where he wants to be. So, great results all round. Jamie, unfortunately for us, we've got a Theg and we've got another person with a "the" at the start of their name. One of them is in 4th place. Enlighten me as to which one it is.
I will do.
The
It's
big one.
of course. Yeah, he should be TBO, shouldn't he? That'd be better. Yeah, I wonder whether King just got a very generous toe on that lap. Because a 1:48.0 is an excellent time, so he might have just nailed the corners and then happened to be in the perfect position to get the toes he needed down the longest straights, perhaps.
Yeah, no, exactly right. Bob is suggesting Slipstream and the AMG at work, which is exactly right. But hello, Marley. Thanks for joining us, my friend. The AMG is the fastest car on this track, according to Marley. So interesting stuff, and certainly King Kodiak taking full advantage of that thus far. But the big one, Jamie, having a good one at the moment. Overdone pancake though, perhaps a little bit crispy on the sides. Certainly overdone it in terms of keeping it within the white lines as he struggles to get himself back on the track.
Yeah, so someone who's not struggling though is Trigger, Ryan, who's just dropped us a cheeky follow. Absolute scenes. Welcome, thank you. Thank you. Fridge in 17th currently, Ryan.
Big question for Trigger though, Jamie. Has he reinvented himself as like the 2K20 version, and it's like FIFA, every year he brings himself out, and so next year we'll see the 2K21 version of Trigger?
So.
Or is it just, are we seeing 2K20 for good now, I wonder? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm sure he'll enlighten us soon. Bobber though, Ryan, 30th, currently not set a time in the pits. Now he did this last week. He decided not to qualify, hoping to miss any carnage at the start and pick up the pieces and then work his way through. And I remember him saying after the race on Discord that he maybe regretted that and he should have just qualified. Interestingly, he's chosen to not qualify again, Ryan. Also Racer, no time in the pits, Racer XCC. So an interesting tactic from those two. Let's see if it works out.
I'm expecting it from Racer because he had problems early doors in the last race and got basically punted off in the first few corners and wasn't particularly happy about it. So I was expecting it from Racer tonight. But yeah, as you said, Jamie, I wasn't expecting it from Bobber again. But hey, each to their own.
Jimmy seems to struggle with this corner in particular. That's a choice now. We've seen him make a mistake there. Yeresan though, 1:48.1, Ryan, very, very close now. Nash up in 3rd, the big one in 4th. Flibbit Gibbet up in 5th, and there's Ian in 6th, Ryan. Good times. Brand new driver, Omersall, sneaking into the top 10. He's got a nice toe here, Ryan, coming down the main straight. So let's see if he improves his time. 1:49.7 currently. No improvement for Omersall. He's going to make the move there. Interesting.
Well, this is the thing. You've actually got a race during qualifying, which throws up all sorts of things. You've got to be brave. You've got to be ballsy. If you want to put a decent time down tonight, you've almost got to make yourself the room to crack on with it. Basically, good to know though. Trigger 2K20 is here to stay. He's not going to update. He's not rebranding every year. So he's obviously found the best of himself in 2020, which is great to know.
Yeah, you might be the only one in the world that's found the best in 2020, if anything. But Bobber, it's because I'm a reserve, respect for the 4 season guys. I mean, what a guy, right? Bobber is, eh? What a gent. Always good to see Bobber race, and you feel like he would definitely be up and around the top few places, Ryan, if he was to jump into quali. Psycho Lizard, though, in 14th currently, Ryan. I know you're a big fan of the Lizard Man.
Yeah, big fan of the Lizard Man. It's 14th place. He's doing all right so far. A little bit ropey around those last few corners, but plenty of time. Big shout out though, Jamie, to Crichton Alpha, who finds himself in 12th place so far. So
excellent,
great to see him in amongst it. And of course, for the new viewers we have this evening. It is, of course, points for the top 15 drivers come race day. Obviously, we are in qualifying at the moment. So the top 15 is where you need to be out of 32 drivers to get yourself an elusive World Championship NoobGamerz point.
A much coveted World Championship point. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Marley, though, just saying what we all want to say: beware T1. Talking of people that we love, Jamie, can I express my love and adoration for Nobsy, who not only is just an all-round top guy, but filled in for me when I was unable to make it on Race Room Wednesday night with, less than 24 hours notice. And,
you say filled in, you mean dramatically improved.
Yeah, basically. But speaking of dramatic improvement, Jamie, Dazza 1:47.8.
Wow. And there it is, he's in behind the car, so we did get a lovely tow, and you sort of need to sneak into the 47s at night. Unbelievable time from Dazza there. We know how quick he is, but that is fantastic. Yeah, of course, Nobs, he did bin it a few times around, but that's to be expected from the Nominator, isn't it? Old Nabobbly over there. Tigger Stew Ryan the other night, don't know if you caught it. Having a few drinks, maybe getting a bit merry, popping in the Discord, sharing his love for everyone in a public post. It was absolutely lovely scenes.
Great scenes in the Discord, good to see that.
Great scenes.
And welcome once again to the race this evening. And as Jamie says, Nobsy's there already. He knows where to go. He's popped the old link in there too. Because that's just the place to be, Jamie. Over 700 sim racing fanatics all in amongst our Discord channel. I mean, there's an off topic which genuinely at least a minimum of a post an hour, and I'm probably talking into the early hours of the night too. It is just a constant stream of people's food. What are you eating today? What are you doing today? What's on the telly today? What do you do in your spare time? And there's just constant chat on there because it's just one love, isn't it, Jamie? One love in the
what the cutest thing about it is, right?
Go on.
That they all go in and say morning to each other every morning.
Yes, they do.
I mean, I don't know how they've got time, the absolute layabouts, but it's cute. It's nice to see, right? Community spirit. # community is always there, right?
Yeah, of course.
We did our best to ruin it with the team event a couple of weeks ago. It seems to have survived that, so we'll have to do another one.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's all good. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes left of qualifying now. Dazza is king of the pile, trumping the king actually in King Kodiak, who finds himself in second place with Mr. Consistent Yerasan in third at the moment. But the big one, hunting the three of them down, hoping to have an even bigger one come the end of the night as he bears down on those three positions at the top. But plenty of time left, still at least a lap to go, Jamie, and this is it. This is everyone's last opportunity to post that all-elusive final best time.
Yeah. Yerasan looking nice and tidy through this last part of the track because we haven't seen the rest of his lap. That's not going to help him. Nope. And that's that lap ruined. Whatever lap he was on for there, Ryan. And it's actually going to slightly hamper his top speed maybe on this straight as well. So it might ruin. It's not going to be by much, but it might ruin a little bit his final lap as well. Just a bit of a shame.
I just can't believe that. Why did that person pull out then?
Yeah, I was just thinking that's some headlights facing the wrong way there.
Yeah.
Nice and tidy from Yerasan on the power, decently early there. Pretty good, but again he's got a car in front of him, Ryan, and this is the tricky bit. Very impressive Merman up in 6th, Ryan.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a dark horse in these GT3s. Yeah, he's a little bit of a dark horse. Just goes about his business, gets it done. 6th place, a witty username also up in 7th. Nashif done for the qualifying session as he heads to the pits, currently in 5th place, so 2 places lower than what he finished last week in the GT3s. We are, of course, only on week 2 of this 5-week season. And it was Yerasan who led the way last week with Dazza just in behind. So Dazza on a high at the moment, Jamie, in that first place, and he's going to have a hard task to shake off King Kodiak and Yerasan for the race, I am sure.
Yeah, he is. Legionary dropping by, Ryan, dropping us 100 bits. What an absolute legend. And obviously shouting out King Kodiak, Took, usual pricks doing the same old shit. I think he's talking about us, right? Sorry, Took, it is the stream again, mate. Merman in a Honda, as Wall is loving it. Well, he's loving it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. But up in 6th, Ryan, very, very impressive. You got to say, Ian down in 10th, maybe be a little bit disappointed. Jim in a solid 16th. Crichton, though, currently on a hot lap, Ryan, 13th at the moment, 149.955. Can he improve, Ryan? Can he sneak it? One place better here.
He's not far off it, is he? The Omosaur in 12th at the moment. He is inches away from, the Omosaurus Rex. Yerasan's still out there, Jamie, hoping to better his time and squeeze a couple more places out of it. But let's stick
Ian
the
was
ball with
5
Crichton.
tenths up. Ian was 5 tenths. Oh, and that's the Chamberlain though, Ryan. Another one, and here he is coming down the home straight. Let's see if he can improve. 149.176. Currently 8th place, Ryan. Chamberlain crossing the line. No improvement, and he has got the exact same lap time as Whitty in front of him, at least for the 3 decimal places we can see.
Although a Whitty username's just bettered that, Jamie, and jumped himself up to 6th place now.
Yes, and actually Merkman with a penalty as well. Looks like Stacker's done to just Cyberdyne. No, Cyberdyne's done.
Interesting news about Cyberdyne, Jamie. We've had some insider knowledge from the man himself, and he's just transitioned himself, as per lots of our racers, from a controller to a wheel for the very first time. So he's got himself an upgrade.
This is his first race.
First race with a wheel, so he's starting to get stuck into sim racing now. Obviously joined the community a good couple of months ago, been in and around it for a while, obviously enjoying his time with the controller. So he has warned us that, hey, look, I'm in this for the long haul. I've got myself a wheel. It's going to take me a few weeks to get accustomed to it, but watch me fly over the next few months was essentially his message, Jamie.
Well, I mean, I like that. I like that confidence, Ryan.
Yeah.
And here we go. Take us through it.
Daza, King Kodiak, and Yerasan make up your top 3 positions. And we got the big one, Nashif, the witty username, Mertman, Chambernator, Flippity Gibber, and Scottish Ian. Scottish Ian! I haven't done that for a while.
So good.
Making up the top 10 this evening. Scottish Ian says, if I win, do we get the story of Scottish power couple on Raconteur? I mean, why not?
I'll do him William Wallace. That's the closest he's getting.
Okay. But let's hope for Scottish Ian's sake, he gets himself a good time this evening. Jamie, you've got £5 in your hands. You're at Ladbrokes. Who's your money going on?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's tough, isn't it? Tough one. I might sneak it on Yerasan again. I know he's 3rd, but he's so consistent.
Yeah, he certainly is. Certainly is. And let us know in the channel, ladies and gentlemen, who yours money on this evening. Same question to you. You're at Ladbrokes. £5. Odds are irrelevant. Don't worry about that. Who would you spend your £5 on to hopefully win you back some money? Who is your money going on, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Daza and King Kodiak take to the top of the track? And Jamie, as ever, can we get a little Bobby Dazzler at the end of the grid just to see the
Well, he's
sight?
not at the end of the grid.
Oh,
Because we've still got the full 32, Ryan. Luckily, the home straight here is so long that we can actually fit them all on. But here's race. Let's get in. This is what Racer can say. I mean, nowhere near the front. What a grid this is, Ryan. What a grid. Now, who are you going for? Now, I've gone Yerasan. Who are you going for?
I was actually.
King Kodiak.
I mean, I was going to plump for the King as well. I don't know, like.
King, yeah.
I don't know enough about Dazzy yet. He's too new, and I don't feel like I could commit. But he's very good. Yeah. So I mean, all I know, Jamie, is these 3 are going to give us a fantastic race to the top, if not spoiled their party by someone below. The Nashif's there, the big ones there, Whitty we've seen in amongst it. So there's some great names. If one of them falters for whatever reason, early doors, it's going to be a big struggle, isn't it?
Damage on, of course, Ryan, and we've seen carnage in this first corner here before in the GT3s in that season 1. I remember you and Glassy commentating and absolutely having a field day analysing all the collisions. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go from the start, or do you want to go sort of mid-pack, close in? What do you want to do tonight, mate?
I don't know. I mean, I always love going from the back, because I like just seeing the early carnage, if there is any.
Right at the back, we might miss too much. Maybe like Omosaur in 12th or something from here.
Let's go.
We need to see if there's carnage at the front, Ryan. I think.
Indeed. Duncan 100 says, little sis Duncan a quarter whip. She says, do Nana June proud, and they're seeing Nana June for Sunday coffee and cake.
Yeah, I'm going around as well. Actually, I'll see you there.
Oh yeah. Where's my invite?
No, you're coming with me now. I think you are.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. The race started.
Let's go. Omasaur hunts his prey. We don't know what sort of beast he is, but we'll soon find out as we go into this corner. Very tentative, of course. Damage on, so people not being too silly. It's a very tight turn one, isn't it? Very tight. And Omasaur decides to go right round the edge just to make sure he's got enough space. But people are just going a little bit slow.
Everyone being incredibly slow there, and they've listened to the instructions of just hold off, and then we will just work our way back up. And it looks like we're away, Ryan, pretty successfly. So incredibly tentatively, those the big one runs very wide, Ryan. He's going to flip back into the track, and he can't stop himself. Wow,
he's got to wait.
Oh, well
got to wait.
He's done well there. Oh no,
we've got a little spin.
Behind him,
yeah, we've got a little spin, and there was an unwritten rule in the Discord channel this evening, Jamie, of no overtaking into turn one, wasn't there? They were sort of discussing it amongst themselves, going, let's just all make sure we get through turn one together. Which they've done really well. But up the front, great start from Dazza and King Kodiak as they slowly pull themselves a lead from Yerasan, interestingly. Dazza a little bit ropey on there, though, does hand the advantage to King Kodiak. And now down this straight, he's already got the run on him, and I'm sure with a bit of toe as well, he might have an opportunity to pass here, Jamie.
Hugely vulnerable now to King Kodiak with the AMG as well, that top speed. Dazza seems to be holding the line though. He's not gone ultra defensive. Didn't feel the need to. If King Kodiak needs to hold this, get a good run out, he's actually gone inside him, and they're going to be going side by side. He would have been better maybe with a little bit of toe ride, and then making his move further down. So let's see how this works out. This is going to be all about who's bravest on the brakes going into T1, Ryan. Fascinating battle.
It certainly is. It is an all-out drag race down this home straight at the moment as King Kodiak and Dazza do battle side by side. As Jamie says, who's going to be bravest into the corner? And looks like Dazza's overcompensated, too brave into the corner. I mean, that's just skipping a corner, Dazza. You've got to be a little bit careful there, my friend, just to drive straight through there. I imagine he's going to have a slowdown or something, but yeah, no choice.
He braked too late, locked the brakes up. He had no choice, Ryan. There's nothing he could do there, really. So, yeah, King Kodiak maybe playing the game of chicken there, Ryan, with Dazza and winning.
Yeah, exactly. Just catching up on the chat. Tigger Stew, Jamie, his computer just blue screened.
No.
Oh, tragic.
Look at this pack though, Ryan, in the middle here. This is the top 10, don't forget, and this is how close they all are.
Yeah, it's great to see. This track is making it very interesting racing this evening with trains of cars all up and down the grid at the moment. We're on board with the lively livery of Duncan 100 this evening.
Classic that.
Absolute classic. Remember that from season 1 days, which is great. And he's on the back of Nashif, who in turn's on the back of Scottish Ian, who's in turn in the back of Fliberty. And it's a great old sausage party train here.
Sausage party train, yeah. Absolutely. Nashif maybe going to go for the move. Very, very, very ambitious from Nash, and he actually did well not to collect Ian there. Perhaps a little bit too ambitious. Collect him in an accident, but he's going to have a good run at him down here, but of course he can get the bit of toe as well. It's going to be about who can nail this final corner the cleanest, Ryan. Nashif going for the inside line there.
That penultimate straight isn't quite long enough to quite get enough toe and make a move, is it?
Yeah, but it's almost like the setup straight for this one.
Exactly.
You need to stay close enough. Nashif just falling slightly back there. We'll see Ian is benefiting a little bit as well. Nashif weaving around, and he's not going to have the pace, it looks like, unless he's very again ambitious on the brakes here, Ryan.
Ooh, looks like Fliberty wasn't that brave on the brakes. Scottish Ian absolutely diving for it. A little bit of a punt from Duncan coming up the rear too. I think all is fair in love and war on those few corners, but certainly there are different levels of bravery going into these corners at the moment.
Hello Bandit Sim Gaming, welcome my friend, hope you're all good. Look at this battle for the front though, Ryan. They are literally side by side through every corner at the moment, but my man Yerison, Ryan, he's there, he's just biding his time, he's a few seconds off, in clean air, keeping his tyres fresh, doesn't need to get involved earlier. We know how good he is at playing the long game, and it normally pays off for him. Don't rule him out yet.
3 seconds behind at the moment. He's hoping for some fun and games at the top, and Bandit, of course, Jamie, who joins us, did have a great race, got in amongst the Race Room LTC versus Noobs event. Bandit, you'll have to remind us how you did, my friend. I managed to catch most of it, but the reason for me not being able to race in the end was because of childcare duties, so unfortunately I didn't quite have full concentration on the task at hand, but I did enjoy what I watched. and it's great to see, you know, just some friendly competition, which is good.
Yeah, it was good fun. Here's Whitty though in 17th on Barber, who's made his way up from last place, of course, to 16th, Ryan, in only 5 minutes of racing. Pretty good. Bit of a train stuck behind Roughneck One in that big fat Bentley now, though. Although Bobber's through.
Bobber is through, and Whitty username's going to try and find a way through as well. A little bit of dodge, dip, dive and duck, I don't know, whatever the 5 rules of dodgeball are, I don't know them.
Yeah, nice.
Someone will have to remind me. But anyway, did a bit of that to get past.
Yeah, look at this. There's just packs, huge packs everywhere, Ryan.
Like,
this is what we love, isn't it?
Like at night, Jamie, they're hunting like the wolves in packs for points. The NoobGamerz
look
World
at this,
Championship.
Ryan. Even Jim's getting stuck in here. Getting the toe on Whitty as Roughneck also comes with him, and they're going to go three into turn 1 here, Ryan. And how's this going to... What are you saying here, mate?
I don't know what's going to happen, but let's find out. There's a little bit of shunty bunty. Jimmy makes a little move down the inside on Bobber there, I thought, but Roughneck just not quite on the pace coming out of that corner, loses a little bit of time. Jimmy, I think, came the best out of that corner of all of them and is now hunting hard on the back of Bobber. Same liveries for them both. That is bright. Yes. You need a pair of sunglasses just to watch these cars.
Jim is overtaking Bobber. Alert. Yeah. Jim is overtaking Bobber. Can he hold it? He actually can. Right, did we just really see that?
No, I
don't think that really happened, did it?
No, I don't think it did. Let's never mention it ever again.
Let's never mention that again, but still going on up front, this vicious battle, Ryan. King Kodak and Dazza inseparable so far, and it's great to see such a close battle for the lead of this race.
It certainly is. They have left Yara-san in their dust a little bit. He's now nearly 5 seconds behind. Certainly got that extra bit of pace to see, and in the competition at the top, forcing them just to drive themselves on. Got to be a bit careful with the back marker here, not to get too involved. King Kodiak needs to make that move down the inside, which he does. He hangs on to the back of Dazza, but Bandits in gaming. Jamie says great fun between Noobs and LTC. Looking forward to round 2. And Snack Jack the Cracker Man says, "Alright, Scottish Ian. I mean, if you ever call me Scottish Ian again, I will."
Does he think you're Scottish Ian?
I mean, if he does, that's unbelievable, Jeff.
Does he actually? That is fantastic. Let's close down the race now, because we're never going to top that.
Yeah. Was it whack the nine? What do they say? What's the Scottish phrase? I don't know. I can't even pretend to be Scottish. All I can say in a half semi-decent version of something Scottish is Scottish Ian.
yeah, you've mastered that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Can you say their team name from Rocket League?
The Muckle Glycuts. Is that right?
Sure.
No? Yeah.
Absolute films from Dazza and King Kodiak, the 2-star drivers so far this week, both making mistakes there, Ryan.
Yeah.
But because they both did it at the same time, status quo is maintained.
It is.
And on we go, but it has allowed Yerison to claw a few seconds back. Nash, Flibber and Ian up to 4th, having a great race. That promise of a story for him, Ryan, has obviously spurred him on up to 4th place, started 10th, don't forget. Huge battle here as well, though, in the lower half of the top 10 run.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many battles out on track this evening. It is fantastic. All he goes on about at work is how he pays Scottish council tax. I mean, yeah, you're right. That's literally all he says every single day. I think every day I've been involved with the NoobGamerz, he said that at least once.
At least once, yeah. Scottish wife saying you're still not getting that team name right. But
there's a reason.
And he's turned round, Ryan, and he could have reversed into someone through no fault of his own. Oh, and Bobber comes steaming through, Ryan. Absolute carnage there. And that was no one's fault, really. I think it was just bad luck of so many cars running in such close proximity.
Oh, he's got to be careful to come on the track there. Oh, he's decided to shoot straight across.
Oh,
just
bada, careful.
So, bada bing, bada pain.
There it is.
Has all sorts of problems there, coming together with his fellow competitors, which sees him drop some significant places from 12th down to 19th place. So he will not be too happy with that, but plenty of time left with 35 minutes on the clock for him to gain up those positions. Scottish wife, there's a reason why I just called you the Muckles for about 3 weeks. I'm giving up trying to say that word.
Yeah, me too. I was wondering if anybody had noticed I didn't even bother after the first week. Yeah. Just called it the Muckles, the Scottish team.
The Scottish power trio.
Good news, Ryan, which I'm sure you'll be pleased about. They're back at it again after that little break.
I mean, they've got to have a little break, haven't they? But then they thought, let's just carry on going, have a little battle.
This is fantastic battle. Yeah, they'll be loving this. Dazzle, proving already in his fledgling Noob's career, Ryan, that he's got a good head on him. Doesn't have heads gone. Doesn't really feel the pressure too easily. We've seen, and he is holding this lead under immense pressure from King here.
Certainly is. Yeah. Sorry, I've just decided to take a moment to
smash him.
Have a little bit of Haribo.
Haribo, yeah. What are we talking? Sour?
No, it's just a little straw. But anyway,
classic, yeah.
We spoke to Dazzle last week. We know he is new to competitive sim racing, although he's been racing sim games for a very long time. So, perhaps there was question marks around his overall racecraft because, racing with people versus racing with AI is completely different, etc., etc. But, hey, proving any doubters who are out there wrong by absolutely smashing it at the moment, Jamie.
Yeah, and looks like we're smashing it as well, Ryan, as the follows continue to rock in.
Sea Captain Jim, welcome to the stream. Hope all is well aboard your good ship, my friend, and hopefully this evening no one will be walking the plank. Jamie, how many doubloons are you currently in how many do you own doubloons?
What?
How many doubloons do you own?
No? What are you on about?
The currency of the sea, Jamie. Pirates,
how many do you own?
Trade in doubloons.
How many do you own?
I don't know many either because I'm not a pirate, so...
You're right, mate.
I'm just trying to get in with Sea Captain Jim. I want to know how many doubloons he has.
Yeah. How many doubloons? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We currently have 673 followers. Ryan, I swear it was only a month or so ago we went over 500.
Yeah, I mean, they just keep piling on. They keep piling on.
That's ridiculous. Can we get to 700 tonight, right?
If we get 700 tonight...
Sorry, they just Roughnecks decided to park it up there. Or something's happened. Yes, he seems to have struggled there. What's happening to Roughneck?
I think he's got a little bit of lag or something. Don't know.
It seemed like he couldn't select a gear there.
He's lost his wing as well, which isn't going to help.
He's lost his... Yeah, he's done well to get off the track, to be fair to him, to get out of people's ways, but an interesting one there. Let's jump up with Nasher, because he's still putting the pressure on Ian in 4th and 5th.
Indeedy so, yes. Daz and King Kodiak still fighting at the top, Yeresan still behind, but there's a great battle raging on behind between Nashif and Scottish Ian, who just can't seem to leave each other alone, Jamie.
Yeah, they love it. They absolutely love it. Nash again, Ryan, always the nearly man, isn't he? Always just outside those top couple of positions.
Well, I mean, lately. I'm glad you added that word in. Lately is the correct word, because we have seen him in amongst the top 3 quite consistently for a number of weeks. He won championships, Jamie, but just can't quite muster up the strength in this GT3 to get to the very top.
Did he win a championship?
He won I'm pretty sure he came top of a Sunday. It was like tier. I definitely remember at least winning one race in it anyway. So anyway.
He's definitely won races, yeah. Here's Duncan for Little Sis. He's down in 26th, I'm afraid.
Nana June's going to get the old cane out, I reckon.
No ginger nuts for Duncan on Sunday, right? That's the biscuit.
Put those rich teas away, Nana June. Duncan is not having one. Put him on the naughty step and say, you need to be a better racer.
I know, that's unbelievable. She'd be absolutely devastated. I imagine she's watching for sure right now, Ryan. I know she's a big Twitch fan. Yeah, it's devastating. Racer XTC, though, up in 15th, Ryan. Trying to catch up with Fridge, who's having a solid race in 14th, as is the Omasaur in front of him in 13th, Ryan. 2 newer drivers there.
Yep, some great performances so far. Fridge blowing hot and cold over the last few weeks, but he's getting in amongst it. But yeah, devastating news at the top.
What happened to the King?
King Kodiak has been felled from the top of his perch and finds himself down in 5th place, ladies and gentlemen. Wowzers.
He's been overthrown from his crown taken off him, right?
Yes.
Down to 5th place. That must have been a big mistake. We've got to jump on here, though, because we could see in the distance ahead of us how close they were, and Ian and Nashim side by side here. They've got a back marker as well in front of them, Ryan, which is going to complicate things even more going into turn 1. Who's your money on here? Look at this, Ryan.
Scottish Ian does have big balls, so he tells us, and let's see if we can get them out here this evening. I do not like the chance of that back marker, though.
And there's the back mark! Oh no! And somehow they've all held it there, Ryan.
Great manoeuvres from him, to be fair. I enjoyed that piece of racing. That was good.
Good flash from Nash. Yeah, that was good racing from all involved. Nash definitely put the pressure on here, though, Ian. How much longer can Ian hold out is the question.
To be fair to me, we give him a lot of jit, but he is a solid racer and he knows what to do when the time's right. But at the moment, the back marker, oh there we go, the back marker just from the relentless pressure just drives off the track. Yeah, why not?
Certainly one way of doing it. Let's stay on this battle for a minute because this is an interesting one, right?
It is. Jamie, big question though. Has Daza got it all to lose now? It's his race to lose, right?
He's lost it. He's lost it. He's disappeared.
Oh!
He's disappeared, Ryan. Where is he? He's completely disappeared. Oh no, and he had this the other day, didn't he? Looks like he's had a complete disconnect, Daza. Oh, oh no, what a shame. He's put Yerasan in the lead, Ryan, my prediction.
Convenient that your prediction is now in the lead, Jamie.
See what I mean, though? He's so consistent, Yerasan, and consistency is more than just on the track, right? It's also having consistent broadband connection.
Yeah, I feel like
package.
Daza's, I feel very sorry for him. Very sorry.
So do I. Maybe he'll jump in to the chat in a minute, but he has had a disconnect before, hasn't he, from the lead of a race?
And it did
So I
look,
think
to be fair, he was a little bit laggy throughout this race. We did see
Do you
a few
think?
little moments. Certainly when I've been watching him this evening racing against King Kodiak, you know, I have seen a few little lags in some of his driving, so I wonder whether he was experiencing general issues. But anyway,
Here we go again, Ryan.
Kodiak
Rubbing close, repeat of the last lap. Can Ian hold it out on the brakes again? Looks like he is. He's taken that inside line, of course, on the defensive, and Nash isn't committing too much on the brakes, so the status quo is maintained again for another lap, Ryan. But this battle does not look like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon.
No, because Nash gets the advantage off the back of that corner as he goes down the inside line. So again, but we saw that last lap as well. They've got their specialist sections of the track, and they're sort of using them to their advantage, aren't they?
Well, Ian's just able to take the inside line into the corners, but Nash is going to try and flip him this time, but again Ian just squeezes through, and Nash is actually pushed slightly offline, but absolutely fantastic battle from both of them again. Marley's loving it, yeah, we're loving it, and it's allowed King Kodiak to love it as well, because he's caught right back up, Ryan, and all of a sudden this double has become a treble.
A treble here, yeah. I mean, what clean racing we've seen from these two. And you know, in the Discord, Jamie, these two will be loving it as well. They'll be just throwing shade at each other left, right and centre. But King Kodiak wants some of the action, and how is he going to handle this?
He's got to get off the power, right, because he had nowhere to go. Ian again, every single corner Ian having to go in defensive and take the inside line, because Nash is just so close to him on his bumper. Fantastic racing from all of them here, Ryan, but we know King Kodiak was slightly quicker overall, wasn't he? So, you know, can he make that pay? Imagine if he does them both, Ryan.
Well, as you see, the last lap times that we've seen consistently from King Kodiak, albeit the lap where he made the mistake, you know, he's been a good couple of seconds quicker than these boys. So we know he's got the pace overall, but the nous of Ian and Nashift out on the track to not let him past can obviously come to fruition here.
He's got to go inside, and he's done it this time. That's where he's been losing out the last two corners, and Nash finally does get the inside line. Is he going to be able to be brave on the brakes and make it pay? Ian's still slightly braver, and Nash losing out again, and that was his chance, and he's got to be braver on the brakes there. That was his opportunity. Ian forfeited the inside line, but he wasn't made to pay.
Yeah, I mean, this is great racing. I'm sort of glued to this. I'm sure everyone at home is glued to this. Because ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, this is positions that matter. This is second, third and fourth. Two out of four of these people here are going to get the opportunity to speak to us. Sorry, 2 out of 3. And there's a huge shunt from King Kodiak on the back of Nashif.
Oh no!
I mean, that's one way to pass.
Total accident.
He's let him pass. He's let him pass.
He had to. Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. Total accident, but it was obviously his mistake, so fair play to him letting him back past, and knowing Ian, he'll probably slow down and let him catch up again, because he does love those battles, doesn't he? We've seen him do that before.
Although King Kodiak's got a little bit of an overspeed there on Nashif going around this corner.
Controversial, do you think, Ryan?
Oh, you let him past, in fairness.
Yeah, you let him past, okay. And he's through. King Kodiak is through now, so let's see where this takes us, but that was a fantastic battle, you have to say.
Yeah, I think ultimately Scottish Ian and Nashif will know that King Kodiak's quicker. So
yeah, but you know,
they can defend
to go. They can defend. They can hold out. There's a
Yeah,
chance.
I think defending as a duo, as they almost were, that's really tough to get round. But ultimately, because of the layout of Monza, you know, there's too many opportunities for the quicker drivers just to get past relatively easily in terms of, you know, if they use the toe right and that sort of stuff. So I think Nashift, you know, he knows, King Kodiak knows, they got the move done, and I'm sure, you know, I almost predict that King Kodiak's time to take over Ian will come soon too.
Yeah, he's going to catch him up. I'm sure the big one making the move on Liberty Gibber. The big one, of course, up in fourth right at the start of the race. Ryan qualified fourth. Made a mistake on lap one. Paid for it. Lost a lot of places, having to wait to get back into the queue. But he's making them up now, back up to ninth. Is Flibber going to come back at him though, Ryan? That's the question here.
Well, we should find out. Took struggling with spelling this evening, despite trying to tell us same old in the race this evening. Tukey, what happened? I'm assuming there's a little bit of congestion, was it? But good to find out.
Very slippy from the big one there, but he gets away with it, right? And yeah, Nash not giving up, and they are both slowly reeling Ian in now. But what this is all doing, of course, is allowing my main man Yerasan, right, to build up a 9-second lead at the front. And you know, as well as I do, that when he gets a lead, he very, very rarely surrenders it.
Yeah, I will be devastatingly surprised if Yerasan does not finish this race in first position, because, as you said, Jamie, he's got his hands around that first place trophy, and it is very rare for him to drop the trophy at this stage. Got too much damage, then hit the pit 5 miles an hour over the limit, and it disqualified me. Ugh.
Tukey. Ryan, what he wants to do, I reckon, is maybe brake a little bit more when he's going into the pit lane, so that when he gets to the line, he's at the appropriate speed, do you think? No. Okay, that's yeah, I see not brave enough, that's fine, I get it.
Anyway, Jamie, back to the racing before we incite a riot in the Twitch channel from Took.
Duke's well happy this week, Ryan, nothing could annoy him.
Well, I'm going to say, if there's ever a week to stick the stick into Took and poke the bear, now's it, because surely he's on an absolute high because of old dirty Leeds getting themselves back up to the Premier League.
Ian with a big mistake though, Ryan, and it might make him a little bit vulnerable, although maybe he's just got enough of a lead to get away with that. Yeah, there he is.
They are reeling him in there. They are still...
There's the Took we know and love. Look, there he is. Summing it up for us.
Summing it up indeed. Well done, Tukey. He'll stick around as well. He's a good lad.
Do you think they'll get relegated next season, Ryan?
No.
You don't think they will? Interesting. Ian with a 1-second penalty. Oh, and he's binned it! Oh no, Ryan, he's binned it! And that's Nash's and King are now battling like crazy. No one wants these podium places, Ryan.
They're literally throwing them away tonight, aren't they?
Literally all throwing them away. King's done it, Daz has done it, Nash has done it, Ian's done it. Absolute chaos.
Absolute chaos reigns supreme here in the NoobGamerz studios as we bring you live action from Monza this evening in these GT3s, the GT3 Championship Week 2 out of 5, as the racers do battle here for maximum points towards their championship aims, and we're on board with Nashift as we jump to Fridge, who's doing his best to try and catch up and bada pain. And I wonder, Jamie, whether he's feeling in pain from the incidents he took part in earlier on.
Yes, of course, was turned round, wasn't he? Not of his own fault, of course. Yeah, good showing from all the new drivers though, you've got to say. Omosaurus Rex as well, up in 13th, inside the points round, of course, and less than a second behind a racer. Yeah.
I'm just going to have a quick Google. I want to see if Omosaur brings up anything to do with dinosaurs at all.
Okay.
And the answer is no. So there we go. Glad we learnt that.
I mean, yeah, we would have all wondered if you hadn't checked. So,
I mean, this is the sort of service we offer. Talking of big ones, Jamie, he's got a big one on his back as Crichton Alpha finds himself in 10th place. Cheeky.
Yeah. That is cheeky. Almost as cheeky as that little comment you just made there. That little joke. Wait, let me just check. It is 9:05, right? Yeah, you're all good, mate. You're all good.
Well, I didn't swear, did I?
No, just making sexual innuendos, mate.
No, I mean his name's the big one. So, and the big one as in Crichton Alpha
Yeah.
because he's such a huge part of our community for
dog.
being an OG.
Yeah.
So
Big community presence is what you meant.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know what you're talking
Absolutely.
about, Jamie.
No, it's absolutely filth. Crichton Alpha though, yeah, having another solid race, top 10, right?
Ah, we've done it to him again.
Fucking there, to be fair. I've totally, yeah. I will take that one as commentator's curse. The timing was too convenient.
We've done it
Let's get
twice
away from
tonight,
that.
Jamie.
Let's
Twice.
get away from that. Come on. Who did I do that to?
No, remember we went on Crichton during qualifying and he span it out on a corner.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
He's
Crichton.
susceptible to the old commentator's curse, right? What can I
Sorry.
say? Nashif though, here he is. He's not giving this one up, right? You thought that King might run away with it, didn't you, once he got past? But he's not managed to do it.
Indeed.
That's the
yeah.
power of the tow ride, keeping you in touch.
That is the power of the toe, indeed. Michael Hunt, hopefully he's watching over on the Facebook channel. He's just sent us a message on Facebook actually saying, "Hi guys, this is awesome. I need to join." Well, Michael, get the old Discord link going, Jamie. Can we do that on the old Facey B? Let's see if I can do it.
Yeah, see if you can do it.
Messages
Michael,
do
jump
get
in there.
transferred across, so hopefully, Michael, you can see the message, you can click the Discord link and join away, my friend, and get involved. Great to have you
Speaking
as
of getting
part.
involved, Ryan, Nash shifts through. He's done it. He's back past King Kodiak. What a great move from Nash.
Are we seeing, Jamie, the real
Talk to
Nash,
me.
the Nash we know
Are we?
that has his pace? Are we seeing the old Nash back to his best here, Jamie?
Well, we certainly could be. He's having a
No,
He's got it.
God.
And that's you.
See you later.
Take that one.
Yeah, I'm going. See you later.
Nash, wait, Nash. Oh, God. Yeah, he's done well there, to be fair. Jez is through, actually, up to fourth. Jez having a great race, and Merkman through up to fifth. Jez, quite a assassin there in fourth now, Ryan.
I mean, Jamie, I just feel bad we're giving 2 commentators curses tonight.
Yeah, you've definitely got to take that one. You were bigging him right up then.
Nash, of
Oh,
course,
Nash, yeah.
was potentially,
no.
Jamie,
Bend it again.
he was potentially, because of his performance so far, the MVP of the night. But we've got our own MVP choosing to follow us for the very first time. MVP 1999 getting involved. Welcome, my friend. Great to have you follow, Jamie. So yeah, all good. Another person though, Jamie, Toby, needed to pit, forgot to slam on the brakes in time whilst fumbling with the pit speed limits button, got DQ'd.
That's 2 that the pit rules have claimed tonight then, right?
Yes, exactly.
Let's jump on with... Well, I was going to jump on with Jim, Ryan, but he seems to have disappeared.
Oh, Jim's bottled it as well. I'll tell you who hasn't bottled it, Jamie, and has
Go on.
risen above the clouds to the heavens that is the NoobGamerz. It's old Mick L10999, who I'm assuming, based on my shout out, is Michael Hunt from Facebook, and he joins us here on Twitch. He says, "Hi guys, thanks for the shout out. Been loving watching. Hopefully joining as a reserve driver if there is any slots."
Yeah, we are always very oversubscribed now, but you can absolutely jump in the Discord there and sign up as a reserve driver. And then you never know. There's normally a couple of slots on the night for reserves, but like I said, even the reserve list is massively oversubscribed for this season, right, isn't it? So, but absolutely you can have a go. And there are lots of, different races and practices going on all the time, other than the Thursday official race, right?
Yeah, exactly. 2 dedicated Project Cars events, which is on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Community practice followed up by the main event on a Thursday. We have race room on Mondays and Wednesdays. And we have been dabbling with the old Rocket League on Saturdays too, with plenty more games to come as we look to test some Automobilista 2 in the future. We look to test some ACC in the future, so plenty of opportunities to race with the NoobGamerz community as Pete Walker and Michael decide to drop us a follow as well. Wow. And how many followers have we got tonight, Jamie? They just keep on rolling in.
Yeah, big night. Yeah, Pete, look how good PC2 looks. PC3 looks like a bit of a mess up. I mean, yeah, we've talked a lot about the controversies around that, haven't we, Ryan? Personally here at the Noobs, we are taking a wait and see approach with it. We don't want to judge a game before we've tried it. We'll definitely be trying it. We're planning a big launch day long stream, aren't we, Ryan? To try it out. So jump on in and get involved with us. We'll just be messing around on it. Tuke saying PC3 will piss all over this. I mean, maybe I won't read that whole thing out, but Chuke's saying he thinks Project Cars 3 will be an excellent game, right?
I think that's exactly what he's saying, yeah.
Just paraphrasing.
We currently have 50 people signed up for our Project Cars 3 launch day events. Of course, we don't know what they're going to look like yet. We're going to work it out as we go along. But yeah, 28th of August is the day, and as Jamie says, certainly myself, I've dedicated myself to PC3 that day, booked the day off work. We're going to stream probably from, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it all day and just check it out, mess around, and see what it's about, basically, aren't we?
Well, we're not. I don't think we're going to make too many plans, are we? So yeah, we'll just jump on. I messed around. What day is it? Well, I probably need to put that off.
It's a Friday, man. It's a Friday.
What's the date? August
28th. I just said the date. Are you not listening to anything I'm saying?
No, I was reading the gifted sub from Mikkel, who's literally just found us, and he's already gifted a sub before he subbed himself, Ryan. I mean, that's dedication right there.
It almost feels like he slipped on the button and pressed the wrong one.
I was just thinking, I wonder if he's done that. You don't need to book a day off, it's a bank holiday. Oh, Ryan, you've made yourself.
Is it? Is it?
Book a bank holiday off. That is embarrassing.
Is it? That means I get myself a holiday day back. No, that's good news.
I mean, that is embarrassing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but let me just double check this news. Is it a bank holiday? Let me have a look. Anyway, Jamie, can you talk about what people have come here for and talk about the racing while I check out the UK bank holidays for 2020?
It's embarrassing. Yeah, absolutely. It's Nalslow. Welcome to the stream, mate. You can't jump in on this race, unfortunately. This is a official league that you need to be signed up for, and it's also about to finish in 13 minutes. But if you jump onto the Discord there's loads of information. So I want to be a champion, don't we all? Right, don't we all? Jump in there's loads of information how you can sign up for a reserve for this league. We've got other events on other nights. There's always practice races and things like that, people going on. Big old community in there. Jump in, and I'm sure you can get in some races on the stream soon. Yeah.
Can I just confirm it's not a bank holiday? The 31st, the Monday, is a bank holiday. So
you absolutely mugged you off there, right?
Yeah, it's not a bank holiday too. I booked it off. I've got it sorted. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
A long PC3 weekend. Exactly, Jim. You know the score. And who else knows the score, Jamie? Flibbity Gibbet knows that if he gets himself in 9th place this evening, it's additional points on the leaderboard for him. But Crichton Alpha's not going to let him do that as he passes into 9th place. Crichton, Jamie, looking absolutely fantastic this evening. OG member of the community. Solid top 10 tonight. Very pleased for the lad.
Yeah, absolutely. Girlfriend of Theg's here as well. She's loving it. Top 16 for her, man. Theg, Ixnalslow. Give me the password. I mean, I've just explained the situation, mate, but, that's fine. That's fine. The password's in there anyway. Please feel free to try and join. Yeah. There's only 11 minutes left. Just trying to catch up, Ryan. The chat's kicking off now. Mikkel, we were right, Ryan. He did click the wrong button, but he's managed to sub himself. So thank you. That's super generous. That's 2 subs, both at tier 1, Ryan. Absolute scenes.
Sensational scenes, yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Great to have you on board, and glad you stumbled across our little stream this evening. And hopefully you're enjoying the action. Of course, we like to be an entertainment channel here in the NoobGamerz. We're not a traditional sim racing stream where, it's me or someone else sat in a car and you just watch the same car all go. We don't know the track names. We don't know the track corner names. We know some of them, sorry. And our main purpose in life, Jamie, is to bring great racing to the masses to entertain people, isn't it?
I'd say we've got a healthy balance between serious sim racing commentary and, having a laugh, entertainment style show, right? Which, is what we enjoy.
Yeah, because if we don't enjoy it
as well, the bonus.
Don't enjoy it, exactly. We've got to enjoy ourselves, haven't we, Jamie?
I don't know what's going on between Tuke and Legery in the chat, but all I know is Mikkel is having a good time, so that's what matters to me, Ryan. 10 minutes to go, and in a race that has had battles and packs of cars fighting all the way through, up and down the grid, Ryan, all of a sudden it's gone a bit quiet, and I think everyone's a bit tired now. It's night time, maybe they're settling in for the last 10 minutes. it's all gone a bit quiet. Everyone's split out a bit.
Ah.
Should we recap the top few positions, right?
Yeah, what I would say at this stage, Jamie, of course, it is a night race. We know those track temperatures. Look at us. We know our stuff. Look, we know track temperatures are a little bit lower because it's darker. See, we know our stuff here. We're only joking.
Yeah, that's
what I would say is grip will be at a premium as we enter these last 10 minutes as it closes down towards the end of the race. So, of course, that does open the door for additional mistakes on top of what we've seen this evening. So this is where it matters. This is where the racers need to keep full concentration at all times, because it'll be too easy at this stage, Jamie, to go, I've done it, 10 minutes left, let's just bring it home. And actually, this is where if you make a mistake, you can't recover. It's all well and good making a mistake, 5 minutes into the race and you've got 40 minutes to make it back up. Make a mistake here and you ultimately will lose out some really key positions.
I mean, as always, you've absolutely nailed it there, Ryan. And as you were speaking, 3 battles have suddenly popped up across the grid. And here's one of them, Witty username in 11th place, trying to steal that top 10, that coveted top 10 position from Fliberty Gibbert, Ryan. He's going to have the toe here. He's maybe a little bit further back than he needed to be to make a move. But again, he is catching quick, Ryan. Is he going to be super brave on the brakes? Or is he not?
No,
that would be incredibly brave, yeah. But the point is he's... And Fliberty catching him out maybe, braking a bit too late himself. And Witty having to take evasive manoeuvres, getting off the throttle, and it's cost him a little bit, Ryan. But he'd surely be feeling now that maybe that's a sign of that grip issue you were talking about for Fliberty there. Maybe he's got a chance there.
Indeed. It's almost as if, Jamie, we've been doing this for 18 months and we have learned a little bit about sim racing while we've been doing it. But great to see a Witty username and Fliberty going into battle and off the track, Jamie. 2 cracking guys, and a Witty username actually within the last week, Jamie, has been appointed as a NoobGamerz mentor, but Nashift falling foul again. Oh, it's not his night, is it? It is not his night. Well, I mean, it could have been his night if he hadn't kept making mistakes, right? I just saw him tumbling down the order again, and that's 2 spins for Nash, and he's going to start to take over Nobbs' reputation soon. Bob up to 6th. Don't forget he started 30th place on the grid. Bob are now 6th. Jez 4th place, and actually catching Ian, Ryan, who has a 1-second penalty. So currently Jez on course to make his long-awaited return to the commentary box. Yeah, but Jamie,
place interview. What are you thinking?
That means we've got to talk to him. The interview will last 20 minutes.
No, Jez we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Jez, he loves it on that, doesn't he, with the boys? So we'll have to give him one question only. Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
I'm joking, Jez. I'm joking.
Don't forget to pull those followers out, Ryan. Come on. Pull
those followers out. It's Garzalo.
Yeah, the new mate. Here he is. He's got the password, Ryan. He's followed us.
Good. I like it. Overdone pancake that Jamie had to retire after my 3rd damage. I'm assuming that's like what, 3rd?
Yeah, he left the hob on, didn't he? Cooking those pancakes, and they started to burn, right?
Yeah, not good, Les. At least I didn't come last, he says. Unlucky.
In a way, you did. You came equal last because you didn't finish. So.
Oh, don't rub salt in his wound, Jamie. Come on, man.
Would you put salt on a pancake?
Most definitely not. I had pancakes today and put the opposite of salt. Is sugar the opposite of salt?
That's the sort of hard-hitting questions you get at the new.
Oh!
It's Merkman and Bobber.
Oh no!
The Simpson takes a spin completely untouched. And Merkman up to 5th place, Ryan.
Wow.
Absolute scenes as we talk about the big hitting questions of 2020.
Exactly.
The action never stops on the track.
It certainly does. It certainly does not stop on or off the track, especially if you're in our Discord channel, because that place pops off. Over 700 members getting in amongst it, which is great to see. Fliberty actually, we did see him locked in a battle with a Witty username, and a Witty started to pull away a little bit now, just over a second ahead, giving Fliberty something to think about here for those top 10 positions, and Crichton Alpha cementing his position comfortably inside the top 10 now in 9th place, pulling away from a Witty username 2, which is great to see. But this battle for 3rd place, it rages on. Jez is like Jaws. And is he going to get his fill, Jamie?
Well, he certainly is at the moment because he's in that 1 second penalty window. Ryan, 7. And what should we do when we get to 1,000 members on Discord? Do you reckon we should just close it for lols? just shut it down like psych. It was all a big joke.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Benderama, and we're into the drunken philosophy stage of the commentary. Has he been keeping tabs on like the various stages that we go through in our commentary journey each week?
Of course he has. Yeah, he's got a little wall chart going as well. Look at this, Mick, from Mickle 10999 Ryan. He literally found us about 20 minutes ago. He's already subbed twice, and now he's loving the community so much he's offering to print out sim wheel bracket adapters from his 3D printing company that he owns. I mean, that is amazing.
I mean, that is the spirit of the NoobGamerz community, albeit he's only just joined tonight, coming to the fore. Fantastic. Yeah. I'm sure we can have a little chat about that. If you want to drop us a ticket, which is the way to do things in the Discord, raise yourself a ticket. It then sends a message to the admin team, and we can pick that up. And I'm sure we can discuss that of how we can bring that to our members. So feel free to get that ticket opened, and I'm sure you'll have a lovely old chat with me, Jimmy, or Jamie, or maybe all three of us, or two of us, who knows. Certainly a witty username raised a ticket the other day and got absolute barrage of abuse from all three of us.
He regretted that. He regretted that, didn't he? He caught us when we were all having a bit of a laugh in voice chat, and didn't go well for the lad. Still here though. We had to make him a mentor so he didn't sue us.
Yeah, that's actually what happened. That's actually what happened. Anyway, Chambernator hunting down Buzzerwhack at the moment. 17th place is his goal. In the black Lambo as he makes the pass relatively easily in the end. Jamie gets the move done. So Buzzerwhack now dropping down to 18th place. Chambernator perhaps with too far to go to catch up with Theg, who's 13 seconds ahead up the road in 16th place. Of course, all outside the points positions, but 15th place, Jamie, of course, is the place.
What is this? What is this joke about how we never respond to tickets? Where's that come from?
We're pretty good responding to tickets, I think.
I think we've responded to them all pretty quick. There seems to be some kind of joke going around that we don't respond to them, which, to be honest, we shit a lot of things, but I just don't know where it's come from.
To be fair, Scottish Ian's raised 95% of tickets we've ever had, and we do ignore him.
They're pretty easy. Yeah, they're pretty easy to close. Just get closed. How has he not been banned? It is mad, isn't it?
It is mad.
All those donations, isn't it? It's all those donations.
And to be fair, he's an okay driver.
He's alright, yeah. Average, I'd say.
Average, I mean, he is third, so we got to give him his props.
We have, yeah. Here we go, though. Ian, of course, yeah, good point, Ben. I don't even know why I asked that question. Here we go, though. Jez pulling up now, and don't forget, Ryan, he's got that 1 second penalty for Ian, so he's already in the window. 2 minutes to go. All he needs to do is not make a mistake. But this is the age-old dilemma, isn't it? Does he have a go anyway? Is the racer in him going to come out here?
We've seen it all too often in the NoobGamerz community. He could do the easy thing, sit behind Ian within a second, ride it out, take third place. Simple. But too many times people think, I'd quite like to beat them on the track though, so I'll just have a little nibble up the inside here and see if I can get my way through. Inevitably it doesn't work. They then lose more than a second in time, and it just doesn't work. So let's see whether Jez employs either of those tactics this evening and see where he ends up. But at the moment, Jamie, it's looking like he's going to go for the former and just try and sit in within that window.
He does, yeah, so let's jump on with Batterpane in 13th place, trying to still catch Racer XTC, Ryan. Jim's in chat now, so Jim, tell us what happened, mate. Where did you go in the race? We didn't see what happened to you. I forgot to ask him earlier, sorry. But yeah, Batterpane here. Just a little bit too far back here, Ryan, but he's got one more lap. So let's see whether he can do anything about Racer in front of him.
Indeed, Scarwini. I'm going to go with that. Just popping a cheeky little love heart in there. Welcome to the stream. We've got 1 minute left of the race, but for anyone new to the stream, do not leave when that timer is done. The entertainment does not stop there. We have interviews with our top 3 drivers coming live from the NoobGamerz VIP bar, where you're all invited to come and grab yourself a cheeky drink after the race to settle in for the evening. So please stick around to hear from our top 3 drivers this evening. Some interesting lines going on out on track there as Racer perhaps losing his cool around those corners, not quite doing what he needs to do, and Bada Payne finds his way through into 12th place, Jamie.
Looks like he's struggling for grip now, Ryan. Yeah, he really does. Not able to take many apexes there, not troubling them much, and he's lost that place. Should be okay. Back to Omar, though, he's got 8 seconds. So let's jump back here, Ryan, for the last lap. Jez and Ian going at it again, Ryan. 1 second penalty still.
Ooh. He's just got to sit in.
Hold on here.
Yeah, he's
just got to sit in.
He's just got to sit in. He doesn't need to do anything stupid. He just needs to sit in. And Scottish Ian will know that as well. Scottish Ian will want him to take him on. He'll want to have an opportunity just to give him a little nudge, make him lose a bit of time. But Jez doesn't want to get involved with that if he can help it. He just needs to sit in, get within the 1 second window, get the job done in a professional manner. And at the moment he's doing that. He's not going to get drawn into the mind games, because we know Scottish Ian loves a battle, don't we? So, you know, for Jez's sake, I hope he sits in behind and does the right thing in terms of, you know, the professional approach.
He's almost got to just forget Ian now, isn't he? And just make sure he nails the corners himself. There's only a couple to go. He's just got to make sure he absolutely nails them. Forget that Ian's even there, really.
Yep.
He's done enough there. So 1 corner to go, Ryan. Half a second in it. He's just got to not mess up this final corner. And that 3rd place podium's voices. It's all come down to this, Ryan.
It is. It has literally come down to, can you just keep it on the straight and narrow, keep him within a second, and you know, ultimately grab 3rd place. Simple as that. And he's looking very good, very tidy, as he's going to cross the line well within the second. Scottish Ian's trying to manoeuvre him out the way so he doesn't get any toe, but nonetheless, there it is. He grabs 3rd place. Scottish Ian falls foul of grabbing that penalty earlier on. He'll be devastated, but it will be Jez, King Kodiak and Yerasan coming into the studio doors to have a cheeky little chat with me and you, Jamie.
Great recovery from King Kodiak after that issue. Of course, he was right up there in first at the start of the race, had a big spin, lost loads of places, but clawed his way back up to second. Both him and Yerasan taking advantage of Daza having connection issues. Really unfortunate for him, who was leading the race also at one point. But Yerasan, there he is, my pick from 3rd place. Mr. Consistency does it yet again, Ryan. 2 wins from 2. And is he taking an early command of this championship, Ryan?
Well, certainly looks to be the case. Combative Mass joins us, Jamie. Absolute scenes. Yeah. And where's he? Because of course he did us a little demo of his skills in the team event we put on a couple of weeks ago, and was very, very good. So we were hoping to see him out on track again soon. I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to do it. But yeah, stick around, ladies and gentlemen. That is the race complete. We will be heading over after the confirmation of the final results to the NoobGamerz VIP bar, where we'll grab ourselves a drink, chill out, speak to the racers, before letting you know what's coming up next from the NoobGamerz, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed the race, and you know, certainly we did, Jamie, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a great race actually, as we watched Yerasan celebrate by absolutely pulverising his car into the wall. Imagine if you did that in real life. Just like, yeah, hi Yerasan, yeah, you've won the race, but you've just actually cost us £350,000, so you'll be picking that bill up, mate. Yeah,
that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? It would be brilliant. Yeah, next week, I mean, if there's ever a time to go and watch the NoobGamerz, we're doing Bathurst in the rain next week. It's going to be ridiculous. Anyway,
any survivors? Will there be any survivors on the mountain?
Who knows? But here we go, the final standings, ladies and gentlemen, is in Yerasan picks up 1st place, is King Kodiak 2nd, and Jez in 3rd, courtesy of Scottish Ian's 3-second penalty in the end, gave it all away towards the end. Mertman grabs a very respectable 5th place, with Bobber in 6th, is Nashif 7th, the big one grabbing 8th, with Crichton up in 9th, and a witty username 10th, making up your top 10 this evening. Lower down the grid, we got Fliberty in 11th, Racer in 12th, is Bada Payne in 13th, with Omasaur grabbing 14th, Fridge takes 15th, that final elusive points position with Theg just outside by a very narrow margin, just under a second. So unlucky to grab himself some points. Bezawak in 17th, is Chambernator 18th, Psycho Lizard 19th, Seiki grabs 20th, is 21st for Duncan. Nana June will not be happy with Roughneck 1 in 22nd. Timmy T grabs 23rd, with Cyberdeye in 24th, new to a wheel, so we'll certainly look to see if he can improve on that next week. And Overdone Pancake, Jimmy H official, and of course a flurry of other racers making up the 32 that started, not making it to the end. So there we go. There's your rundown of the racers. To confirm, it's Yerasan, King Kodiak and Jez will be joining us live in the NoobGamerz studios. As we said, let's head over to the NoobGamerz VIP bar and grab a little drink. Let's go. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NoobGamerz VIP bar. Grab yourself a seat, sit down, get comfy, because we're about to hear from our top 3 races this evening. Great to have everyone with us this evening, Jamie. The chat livened up, the race livened up. What an evening of Thursday night entertainment we gave people tonight.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, absolutely brilliant race. Battles all the way through, as we're used to seeing now, with the just ever-packed grids, right? Merkman jumping in at 5th place, I'll tell you. Yeah, absolutely fantastic race for Merkman. Really, really impressive. Witty username taking damage, but still keeping going, Ryan. Getting some points, all important points as well. Ian, did I do okay, sponsor? Yeah, you did brilliant, Ian. Well done, mate. You messed up at the end of it with that penalty, but other than that, you did pretty well. Yeah, great race overall, Ryan. Great race.
Indeed.
Shame for the guys that disconnected, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. It's the inevitability of online esports. Connection issues are always something to consider. But as we said, we're going to speak to our top 3 drivers now, and after that, Jamie will be picking his driver of the day. So stick around to see who grabs that particular prize. But up first in the commentary box, maybe it's one question and one question only for the chatty Jez, who grabs himself 3rd place. Let's bring Jez into the studio now and get his take on how his race went so far. Jez, are you there?
I am here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Jez, after finding yourself 3rd place overall tonight? You've got to be pretty chuffed with that.
I am quite chuffed with that, thanks, mate. And it's been a little while since I've been in here, so hello guys. But I'm quite chuffed with that. I wasn't expecting it because I was in 4th on the last lap. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I ended up being 3rd. So,
Ian had a penalty, my man.
Oh yeah, a 3-second penalty, didn't it?
Yeah.
So what place did I start in? 25th.
I don't know. Was it?
I think it's like 25th or something like that. Anyway, I was I wasn't expecting to do as well as that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, it's great to have you back, Jez. Yeah, it's like you say, it's been a while since we spoke to you in the podium box.
Yeah,
talk us through that race then. Was it? Did you make a lot of passes, or were you just picking up on mistakes ahead of you?
A bit of both. I made quite a few passes on the main straight, on the off the start finish straight, coming down to the chicane. I've done quite a few passes there under broken, and then other people making mistakes, and just slowly, ironically, I ended up with more speed as I was going through the race. So it just made I found it hard, but it became a little bit easier, if that makes any sense. I was trying to catch Ian towards the end, and that was almost an impossible mission. I was just trying. I caught him up slowly and slower, and it's just like, oh god, yeah. He didn't have a couple of laps. If he didn't have that penalty, I would have been. There's no way I would have done it otherwise. But no, good fun, really good fun. But all the back markers were really good, so they got out of the way, so it wasn't too bad. There was a few mistakes here and there from people, but it went alright. So I don't know. What did you think of it?
I mean, we loved it, Jez. I think you basically summed up your entire race with one question, which is always great to hear. But yeah, great race tonight. You've obviously done well to carve your way through the pack, and ultimately, I guess, the old adage goes, keep it on the black stuff, keep it on the track, and you get your rewards at the end of it.
Yeah, I know. It was tricky though, because I didn't do any practice at all. And I just jumped on tonight hoping that it'd be alright. My qualifying was crap. And I just didn't expect to do very well. So, considering, I'm quite happy with that.
Well done, mate. Good to have you back, and hopefully see you again soon.
Okay, it was nice to talk to you anyway.
Cheers, Jez.
Cheers, Jez.
Okay, cool. I'll see you soon. Ta.
So there we go. 3rd place Jez gives us his thoughts on his race tonight. Obviously a happy bunny from coming from the back of the grid, carving his way through to grab himself a very well-deserved 3rd place. Up next in the studio, we'll be chatting to King Kodiak. Jamie, of course, was leading the race at one point and was dethroned at the top of the tower. But what a comeback from him to grab 2nd place, and King Kodiak should be joining us live in the studio now. Good evening, King Kodiak.
Hello, gentlemen. I am honoured to be in the hallowed grounds, the tower.
Indeed. Welcome. And of course, you nearly got yourself a very well-deserved 1st place. We thought you were on the way, but in the end, settle in for second, but I guess given the circumstances of getting the second place, given the a few little things that happened out on track, I guess overall you're pretty happy.
I'm really, really chuffed. Last week I was very much best of the rest. I came home in 6th, and everyone ahead of me was faster than me, so I was really pleased with that. So I was hoping to just be best of the rest again. Then it kind of transpired that Merck was quite handy at Monza, and I don't know how Dazza gets that much pace out of that Ferrari. He was absolutely, scalded cat when he took off from the line. And, well, you saw what happened, I'm sure. Just entirely my own fault. Just got too greedy on the gas on the exit of Lesmo 2 and had damage. As I literally just nudged the wall, but that was enough to knock the top speed down a bit. Then Dazza disconnected. I really feel sorry for him because he had that one wrapped up. But I'm so ecstatic. I tried to integrate with Nash at one point, which is interesting. But yeah, I'm really, really ecstatic to come home in second.
I love this, Ryan. I love hearing this positivity, King. It's great to hear. A fantastic race. Just talk us through that battle in the first sort of 5 or 6 laps with Dazza, because it was so close. You were literally side by side, lap after lap. Absolutely fantastic racing from the two of you.
Well, yeah, I was there, so I remember it well. It was partly terrifying, but yeah, it was more a case of get past him, make a mistake, have to do it again, and get past him, make a mistake. And a couple of points I would sort of hold my breath because I'm still a relatively inexperienced racer. But I would sort of hold my breath. I was making the pass, and there was one point, and again, as I'm sure you saw, we were sort of side by side all the way through Curve Grande. I nearly passed out because I hadn't breathed. So it was like, oh, come on, focus on what you're doing. But yeah, all credit to Dazza, because I think whether I would have been able to beat him in the long run, I don't know. We'll never find out now. But that was brilliant. Absolutely love that. I don't think I'm going to be as good next week. I think the Merc is going to really struggle. I also quite like being the only one. I know the big one is running the Merc, but he's a reserve, so I'm quite pleased. I am again the only one representing my car. Because my very first season, which was the GT3 GT4 season, I was the only one in the Mustang Boss, and I ended up chasing Legionary the whole damn season. So yeah, to actually come home in second in a field as competitive as we've got here for this season is, I'm quite pleased. You might have noticed that by now.
Yeah, we can certainly sense your joy, which is great to see, and there's a lot of love in the channel. David Wright, big fan of King K's commentary. Great to see him racing here, and of course a lot of happy folks that he did well this evening. So well done once again. Very solid second place, and we'll look forward to seeing how you fare next week at Bathurst.
I'll write my will and testament now.
Well done, King Kodiak. Fantastic race, mate.
Thank you, gentlemen. I look forward to the stream.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Well done. So there we have it. Second place was King Kodiak tonight, and he's certainly a happy chappy after that one. However, Jamie's pick of the night, the one he put his £5 on, heading into Ladbrokes this evening to bet on NoobGamerz, as he does every single week. And the bookies will not be happy this evening as Jamie rakes in the cash from his bet, with Yerasan taking first place. Mr. Consistent himself should be joining us live in the studio now. Yerasan, are you there?
Hello.
Good evening once again.
Good
Top
evening.
of the pile once again. Are you ecstatic as the people in second and third?
I actually am. I'm quite proud of this race for the reason for a single person hit me in the first corner. Didn't know their place back, so I got some damage. I couldn't really catch up with the people in front. I couldn't really get up to top speed and stuff like that. But then King Kodiak had a incident when they were racing. It looked like they had some nice close racing, Dazza and King Kodiak. I was kind of jealous not to be part of that, but then something happened, and then Dazza, I think, just had a disconnect or something. Yeah. Well, anyway, it was not the way I want to win, but it was a hard race, and I'm happy to be on the top step.
Yeah, another very impressive race, and again, just no mistakes. Yarasan leading you towards victory. 2 wins out of 2 now. Do you feel like you've already got one hand on the trophy, or is that too early to say?
Oh, that's too early. Next week is Bathurst, and I don't believe there's a track I hate more.
Okay, and it's in the rain.
Yeah, and it's in the rain, and so yeah, you're gonna see me on the back markers next week.
Okay.
Well, we'll certainly look forward to that. I mean, we can't wait for Bathurst next week, not because it's going to produce loads of racing. We just can't wait to see how people get up and down that mountain in the wet conditions. It's going to be fun. But yeah, well done once again on your victory tonight. Very solid. You. Gives you a great platform to build on for the rest of the championship. And we'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much.
Congrats, Harrison. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye. So, the top 3 have been spoken to, and only one question remains. Who will be the driver of the day? There's only one way to find out. That's by sticking live with us here in the NoobGamerz studio as we head back over to the NoobGamerz ticket office to close out tonight's proceedings. Jamie, get your thinking cap on, my friend. It's a toughie tonight. Whew, wow, what an evening, ladies and gentlemen. The fastest growing community racing Discord channel. This is us, the NoobGamerz, specifically designed for beginners and intermediates, putting on a show once again tonight. Fantastic amount of talent amongst our ranks. Over 700 people bless us with their presence in the Discord channel, and once again the people on Twitch and Facebook come out in their masses to support us here in the NoobGamerz studios tonight, and hopefully everyone enjoyed it as much as we did. But Jamie, one question, as I said, remains. Driver of the day, who's it going to be?
Ryan, before we get to any of that, just to pick up on the not answering any tickets thing, just to, we talked earlier about Mikael joining. He opened a ticket at 9:24, and it was responded to at 9:24. Less than a minute, Ryan. I mean, come on. Can't ask for more than that, can you?
No, that's the service we provide in the NoobGamerz Discord, quite frankly. Unbelievable scenes.
Driver of the day is a super tricky one, like you said, Ryan. There's lots of options. The big one, first ever race in 8th place, fantastic. Crichton up in 9th, brilliant work. Whitty getting 10th despite all that damage. Jez with his first podium for ages. King Kodiak, what a recovery to 2nd. But Ryan, I want to give someone a little bit different. 5th place tonight for this driver. Best result they've had, as I'm pretty sure. They'll correct me, I'm sure, if I'm wrong. Merc Madman, I should say. Super impressive drive from him tonight, taking 5th place, Ryan. So I'm going to go for him.
Great choice. So many good drivers this evening putting in a good shift, but Merkman doing himself proud with a 5th place finish this evening. And of course, Jamie, the community doing themselves proud as well to come out in their masses to support us tonight. And what support has been tonight from the people of Twitch?
Yeah, loads of new follows tonight, loads of subs. Nash's just dropped a tier 2 sub for the 14th month. I mean, that is ridiculous, Nash. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Nash, of course, was on for a great result tonight. Could have been up there, right, a couple of spins, but he's definitely got the pace, so I'm sure we'll see him up there next week. Yeah, great race. What's next, mate? What have we got next?
Well, up next, ladies and gentlemen, is a treat for you. Monday night brings you another race room event. Scottish Ian and Legionary sitting in the cockpit as they drive the car of Race Room through its journey to take you through another fantastic stream of racing. Monday night, 8 PM, the NoobGamerz Studios doors will be open once again, so you can watch that live. And of course, Jamie, I'm already looking forward to it, and we're 7 days away. Next week, Thursday, 8 PM, NoobGamerz take on Bathurst in the rain. What could possibly go wrong, Jamie?
Absolutely nothing. Ian's saying, say Bathurst.
Bathurst.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Say in an Australian accent.
Can't do that.
No, okay, all right, yeah. So no Saturday stream this week, Ryan. We're having a couple of Saturdays off. Yep. We'll have to rustle up some more Saturday specials, I think, over the next few weeks.
Yeah, most definitely. But of course, you can join us soon, Monday night or Thursday night. Take your pick or do both, which would be fantastic for some more racing action from the NoobGamerz community. But once again, thank you to everyone who tuned in this evening. Whether you joined us on Facebook or over on Twitch, it's fantastic to have your support. And Jamie, as ever, my friend, thanks for joining me here in the commentary box.
An absolute pleasure, mate. Thanks.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. We're going to go and chill out in the VIP bar, and hopefully you have a cracking weekend. And we'll hope to see as many of your faces as possible tuning into Monday night stream. But for now, NoobGamerz out. Have a good one, people. Let's go.